Today I'm here with Mike Atwood, and by the t-shirt you're wearing, I'm going to guess you were a Marine. Is that correct?
Yes, that's right.
Also a part of the Honor Flight of the Ozarks, which I got a chance to do that, and it was one of the best days of my life. Very, very cool to be a part of that organization and go do that trip, too. What years did you serve?
I served from 59 to 63.
So, got in. You might be a little bit on the top end as far as like with some of the guys that I've met. Usually, it's about 60, about where you stopped to through on. So, this was, I guess, you were kind of in the middle between Korea and Vietnam.
I was in the middle between Korea and Vietnam, and I was in the missile crisis.
Okay, so let's talk about that. Where were you?
I was aboard a ship. I was a combat engineer.
Okay, so for people that don't know, you're the guy that gets to build stuff and then blow stuff up,
yes.
for lack of a better term, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Blowing it up is better.
Yeah, well, yeah, but a combat engineer is like,
yeah.
We can build bridges, but we can also blow them up.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Yeah.
you're on a ship
I was on a ship.
outside of Havana, Cuba, just chilling, waiting to see.
Just every night hearing the alarm go off, and we'd go up to where we were going to disembark, to our disembark stations, and then they would settle it down, and then you'd wonder, is this going to be it?
How many times did that happen?
Oh, half a dozen times.
How many weeks did you stay there?
I left here, I was aboard ship for a month and 29 days.
So basically every night for a month and for 2 months.
But we had to go down through the Panama Canal. I was stationed in California, and we had to get through the canal and get over to Cuba.
Through the canal. I bet that was a trip in itself in the late 50s, going through that.
Yeah, well, the good thing was we stopped on both ends because they had to take our carrier apart and put it back together.
To get it through, yeah. And that whole system is one of the most crazy, as far as I'm sure you can appreciate the engineering that it took just to make that thing exist.
Yes.
It's insane.
Yes.
And what we'll do to make how stubborn humans can be. Sometimes I think that also comes to the Panama Canal in itself, where someone should have just said, look, dude, we're not going to build a river here. We can't build a river here. This is impossible. Everyone's dying. Let's just, who cares? I don't know. Anyway, so after that, everything calms down. What do you do?
Well, after that, I had over 3 years in when that happened, and it extended me a year. And when I got back, they dropped the year, and then it cooled down until I was released in 63.
They tried to get you back to go back to Vietnam?
No.
No, because you were done?
No.
Yeah.
They didn't. I kept... Well, for 3 months after I got out, I looked behind me everywhere I went.
Really?
Expecting somebody to come get me. You know, I was only 17 years old
when
I went in there. And in 59, going into the Marine Corps at 17 years old is the biggest shock of your life.
I can't even imagine. I couldn't even imagine. I couldn't imagine going in at 27, to be honest with you.
But so when I got out, I didn't remember being a civilian. I was
so ingrained into the system. Yeah.
I mean, they just tore me apart, put me back together the way they wanted me, and that was it. But I was a combat engineer, and I like the trade.
Yeah.
But you don't want to get into landmine fields.
I can't.
But I was trained. I went to school for minefields. I went in booby traps, and all the explosives. And
what do you think about drones and stuff now? Like, because I mean, obviously there are mines, right? And there's still booby traps on a certain level, but warfare is moving to the drone situation where that's some kid hiding in a bush with a remote control. You know,
that's the future.
It is.
It
blows my mind.
It's
scary.
Going to change warfare.
It already has.
Yeah.
Especially in the Ukraine-Russian conflict right now, like the way they describe and hearing those like fleets of drones, like swarms. Can you imagine hearing? And it used to be those big copters, like everyone. Now it's these buzzing sounds that are like beehives, and then now that's what you're listening for.
Yeah, I rode on helicopters from Korean War, and you couldn't hear yourself scream. We had two types. We had the type that you put a squad in, and we had the bigger ones that we could drive a Jeep up into or something. And I tried it one time.
Just to see?
Just to see if I could hear myself.
No way.
No way.
Not in there.
It was something.
That's incredible. So what'd you do after you got out in 63?
After I got out, I went to work in construction.
Okay. So you used that engineering a little bit?
I used it, yeah. I went into construction. I got out, my civilian job would have been a carpenter foreman. Mm-hmm. But I went into driving in construction because I really liked driving. And then I went into the pipe fitters because I love welding.
Yeah.
And I built houses and you name it. I live on a ranch.
And just do your own thing.
I love cattle.
So you guys have cows right now?
Yeah.
Nice.
And went into the ministry.
Yeah.
And started preaching the gospel. And that has taken me to between 40 and 50 countries.
Yeah.
And I love that. I like it out on the edge, you know.
I can't believe I'm not going to ask you your age just because, but I will just say this: if life is how we live it, you've done a great job of not only the fact that you served from 59 to 63, and I'm sitting across from you, but how well you look, how you're conversating with me, and how you just did whatever you wanted going forward. Right?
I'm blessed.
I mean, yeah, but for sure. But I also think you should take some pride in that because you did it. You did it. You did it. You made those.
Thankful.
Yeah. We again, I'm not discrediting that, but you also have to be proud of yourself because there's a lot of people that would not continue and say, I've done this. Okay, now it's time to do this, or I'm going to do that. I've had who at the end of their career of being a construction worker, a pipe fitter, truck driver would say, you know what, now I'm going to go ministry to 40 different countries and help a bunch of disadvantaged people that are in literally the poorest thing I've ever seen in my life. Not a lot, my friend.
I've just been blessed to be able to do that and work on Indian reservations.
And take it, though, and also, I feel blessed that people like you exist that would take that blessing and push it out. Because I think ultimately that's our role. Whatever you believe, politics, religion, whatever, if you just take the one knowledge that our goal is to push light out, that's it. It's like the Disney rule, right? Mascots at Disney, they're trained to not let go until the kid lets go.
Okay.
If everyone lived their life like that and hugged until the other person let go, how much of a better place would we live?
Regardless of religion.
Regardless of religion, regardless of politics, realistically, we're just talking about a hug. If everyone could do that, it wouldn't matter. Doesn't matter what you believe. Doesn't matter what skin color you are. Doesn't matter how much money you make.
I
doesn't
just
matter.
smile at people.
Beautiful.
I go through Walmart.
Difference. Same. I wave.
And
That's it.
I just smile at people,
That's it.
and it changes.
Hold the
their
door.
countenance. Just
Say
a
smile. How's it going?
And I usually wear a Marine Corps hat, and that gets me into more conversation
Oh
with
yeah, all
people.
the time. Yeah. I
And
say thank you for your service anytime I see someone.
But that opens up the door that you can talk to people
sure.
and help people, encourage them.
I think that's the goal.
And like we go to an Indian reservation every Christmas for almost 40 years now with toys, gifts for the children.
Yeah.
And I get blessed more than the ones I go to bless.
Yeah, but again, that's why you do it.
It's just,
But I always get in this debate with my wife about the saying that there is no unselfish act, right? Based on what you said, you give those and you get blessing. But I don't want to believe that because it's hard for me to sit here and but it's like I said a long time ago. My 18-year-old asked me what I did, and I, instead of saying the typical, I play records, I talk about the Chiefs, whatever. Bring light into this world, whether that's having lunch with you, getting a kid into the Chiefs thing, doing things that I believe where I can enact change in a world where I am so minuscule and a nobody that I can still, with what little influence I have, enact change. And if that is even just to sit down and have lunch with someone, talk to a kid about my favorite Zeppelin album, whatever that is, that is what my goal is. It's not money. It's connection and to never stop until the kid stops. That's it. Because I think, like I said, what you're saying and what I'm saying, we're speaking the same language.
Yeah, I have everything I need.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I don't need anything.
God
I got my
takes care of
family.
all my needs.
I got my family. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Everything else is great.
Yeah.
It's icing. Well, Mike, it's great to have lunch with you today. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your continued service after the fact. And I hope you have many more years where you can continue doing what you're doing.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it.